Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Tomorrow is dividend day, declaration day for Group A, which is exciting. A lot of us own Tesla and other shares of other funds. So let's go over the dividend estimates for these funds for Group A. So as a reminder, the funds that are in Group A are the Berkshire Fund, BRKC, which is Berkshire Hathaway. It's actually never paid a dividend, but tomorrow, the projection that I have made here based on implied volatility for 30 days, the yield max price, and the calculation is 66 cents is what I'm predicting the dividend for Berkshire to be. The crash fund, we're using the same implied volatility as Tesla has. The last payout was 25 cents. So I'm predicting this month it's going to be 21 cents. It's about a 69% dividend yield. For feet, the last one was $1.12. I imputed a 30-day implied volatility because one wasn't available. The yield max price currently is $37.48. It's about a 40% dividend yield. I'm predicting 86 cents, which is lower than it was last time. For 5E, it was $1.06 last time. I imputed a 30-day implied volatility of 0.30. The current yield max price is $40.50. That would be, so it's averaging right now a 35% dividend yield. And I'm predicting a 93-cent dividend. So when we get the actual numbers tomorrow, we'll be able to put these in and do another follow-up video to see how correct we were. For GUI, the last dividend payout was 39.78 cents. Implied volatility for 30 days is currently 35. The yield max price is $12.33. This is a 40.78% historic dividend yield for the past annualized amount of time that it's been. The estimated dividend is 33 cents, which is lower than it was last time. For OARK, which is the YieldMax ARK Innovation Fund, also the first YieldMax fund that was ever released, the 30-day implied volatility is 38.5. The yield max price is currently $8.92. It's a 61% dividend yield, and I'm predicting a 26-cent dividend. The Snow Fund, SNOY, was $1.27 last month. I'm predicting a lot lower this time. The implied volatility is fairly low, relatively speaking, 33.1. The current yield max price is $17.07. It's a 95% dividend payout, which is the highest among the group. And I'm predicting a much lower 43-cent payout. For Tesla, which is one of our favorites, it was 40 cents last month. It's a 57.5 implied volatility for 30 days for Tesla, which is the underlying. I take the underlying to do these. I went ahead based on a follower's feedback. I went ahead and changed the price here from the earlier video. I had $7.76, which was what it closed at yesterday. Instead, I took the more accurate price that it closed at on Thursday before 4th of July, because that's what it's actually based on. So it's $8.14 currently. It's a 60.47% payout. And I'm predicting a 36-cent dividend. For TSMY, the YieldMax Taiwan Semiconductor Fund, it was an 89.58% dividend yield last month. Implied volatility is 37. The current yield max price is $16.90. Let me turn this into dollars. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to turn this into dollars here. There we go. Now they're dollars. Okay, so it's a 70.48% yield. I'm predicting a 48-cent dividend, so a lot lower than the 89 cents we had last month. For XOMO, the ExxonMobil Fund, it was a 25-cent dividend last month. It's a implied volatility of almost 22. The current yield max price is $12.88. This is a 25.49% dividend percentage payout, and I'm predicting 21 cents for this month. For YBIT, it was a 33-cent dividend last month. It's a 35 implied volatility. Current price $10.70. So I took the implied volatility on this one for the grayscale Bitcoin, because this is the Bitcoin fund, and Bitcoin itself doesn't have implied volatility. So I implied the implied volatility based on, we got, let's see, Mike K. He asked Ulti. Oh, that's right. We've got the weeklies as well. The weekly ones, yeah, I could do those too, or I could do a separate video. We'll look at that one in a second. But anyway, so this is a $10.70 fund, 39.49% yield. And then I'm estimating a 29-cent dividend. So for those of you that are unfamiliar, if we go to the YieldMax calendar over here, there's Group A, B, C, and D. So we've got the weekly pairs, which are Chippy, GPTY, LFGY, QDTY, RDTY, SDTY, Ulti, YMAG, and YMAX. Yeah, I didn't estimate those, did I? But Group A, I did just Group A. I left out the weeklies, I guess. So Group A is by far the biggest group. It has these funds. Group B has the following funds, Group C and Group D. And you can see the dividend payout schedule on their website. They're very transparent. So on their website, we've got the schedule over here. So we are halfway through the year officially, folks. So we're looking at July 9th for the payout tomorrow. So if I go back over here, so last week, this is what we had for the weekly. So for Ulti, I think it's going to be about 10 cents because it's been hanging in between like 9 and 11 cents. So for Ulti, just because you mentioned it, I think I will predict like 9.5 cents. How does that sound? And then we'll type in the actuals tomorrow. But anyway, I wanted to make sure I went ahead and did them all because the video I did earlier only actually included Tesla and BRKC, which is the newest one, which we've never had a dividend on before. I wanted to include both of those first and actually run through the estimates to show how I did them. But as far as the actual weeklies, I think the weeklies are going to be close to their what they were last week. There hasn't been a whole lot of fluctuation. We also had a holiday and a short week. So yeah, we'll start doing weeklies in future videos. But anyway, that's going to do it for me now. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please remember to like, comment. Oh, and hello to Jonathan, by the way. See you soon, right? New York. All right. Thank you, folks, for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe. Join Discord. And we will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.